All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all, Loopy Godinez versus Ariane Carnelossi. Pretty much how I felt it would go. I thought it would have been a little bit more competitive, just thinking that Carnelossi was going to be able to use that brute strength and, her speed and that quick burst that she has as well, And like I said, one of the reasons that I thought this fight was going to be a little bit more competitive is because the lack of defense on both sides. I think both of these fighters, they'll go in and trade and they'll take shots. But what it came down to for me, why I picked Loopy Godinez, was the skill set. She has very good boxing, good kickboxing, and her wrestling. If she has those three things down in this fight, I knew she would win it. And that's what happened. I mean, Loopy went in there and she mauled, brawled, did a little bit of everything, and just straight up dominated. I mean, she could have got some 10-6 rounds in there if you ask me. I thought Loopy Godinez, she did a good job on the feet, and, she was good at switching levels and just taking this thing to the ground and really, really exposing the skill set of Ariane Carnelossi. Like, I was thinking about it, like Carnelossi, she looked good in some of her past fights, but there were some moments in there where she would always kind of slip up. And I was just thinking to myself, okay, if Loopy can keep it sharp, if she can just throw a jab in the face and create space and land those right hands, she was going to get this fight. And then where I really wanted to see Loopy exceed was in the wrestling and in her strength. And she did that. She showed how strong she was, just getting the better positioning and just outworking and just outclassing Ariane Carnelossi on the ground. I thought it was a very, very good performance and definitely a good step up in competition for her, Just looking back at the first round, I mean, Loopy, she pretty much just shut the pressure down as Carnelossi was trying to close distance. She shut it down, took her down real quick, just used the wrestling, took the back, kept Carnelossi at an awkward position, kind of like Valentina did to Jessica Andrade, just staying on the back to keep Carnelossi out of reach, just keeping her really helpless there. I mean, Loopy's grappling and her strength was just too much in that first round for Carnelossi. I think she scored, 4 out of 4 takedowns in the first round, and then when she got it down and got Carnelossi on her back, you just had good half guard control and just good ground and pound from Loopy. Loopy also, just measured range well with her boxing in the first round, but she just chose to switch levels and get it down and get a good round in. The second round, I mean, Loopy, she opened up with some good kickboxing, landed a good body kick, created space again, and then cracked Carnelossi with a good right hand. I was doing this in my live last night, and I thought it was going to be a stoppage. It caught me off guard. I was like, bam, that right hand landed, and Carnelossi was on wobbly legs. Then she landed another right hand and a good left hand. Then she just switched levels again and took the fight down to the ground. She took it down with a big double leg. Back to the ground, Loopy just being dominant, dominant with the ground and pound, just really working and just beating up Carnelossi any position that she had her in. Now, she probably could have got the knockout in that second round if she would have just let Carnelossi stand back up, and she could have just outboxed her again and landed another right hand. But I think she just chose to get the work in. She wanted to really show that she was powerful and much more stronger than Carnelossi, which she is. I know the muscles kind of fool people on Carnelossi, but that's not what it's about. It's about just the physical strength. Going into the third round, Loopy, she took a book out of Carla Esparza's fight against Yan Xiaonan. I mean, Yan Xiaonan, same way. Carnelossi, she swung a wild right hand, and Loopy just switched. She just switched levels, picked up Carnelossi once again with the double leg, slammed her, took her down, just beat her up on the ground again. Another dominant round. They got back to the feet. Loopy landed a good combination as she landed a good barrage. Another pickup, straight up double leg, boom. Just manhandling Ariane Carnelossi with ease and just really just mauling and getting that work in. I mean, Carnelossi, the only thing she could do was really just like defend from getting put into a crucifix or just defend from the rear naked choke by holding on to the left leg of Loopy throughout these rounds. But other than that, she was never really in a position to get back into the fight. Whatever Loopy wanted to do, try to go for a crank, go for the back, she could do it, and I think she was just really showcasing her wrestling in this fight. She really wasn't going for too many submissions. She just wanted to beat up and dominate Carnelossi, and she did that. So, yeah, some judges had it, 30-27. I think two of them had 30-26, which is what I agree with, because Loopy definitely went in there and dominated in this fight. So, yeah, man, this was another good performance by Loopy. So for this one, after scoring such a dominant win, and just showcasing some good skill sets, I think she's ready to be tested with a 11 through 15. You know, somebody in 11 through 15. With that being said, I'd like to see Amanda Lemos. You know, Amanda Lemos, she's coming off a hard loss to Jessica Andrade. Before that, you know, she had a rough fight with Angela Hill. With Angela Hill. So that kind of tells me that Amanda Lemos might need to kind of step her game down and go in there with another dangerous fighter with a good set of tools like Loopy Godinez, if that makes sense to y'all. I mean, I know we were looking at the power, we were looking at the skills of Amanda Lemos as she was, you know, rising up the rankings. But after looking at the Jessica Andrade fight and then factoring in the Angela Hill fight as well, I'd like to see her go in here and just test her skills out against, you know, a young fresh wrestler with hands like Loopy Godinez. That would be a good fight. So, yeah, that's what I think for Loopy. As for Ariane Carnelossi, she's got a lot of work to do. You know, she's got a lot of work to do as far as defense and striking. You know, you just can't close in on a fighter that has good kickboxing like this and that has good wrestling. You know, she just left herself open. I know she has a black belt in BJJ, but what is jiu-jitsu if you don't have the wrestling? Right, guys? So let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Who do you got? Who would you like to see Loopy take on next, and Ariane Carnelossi as well? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.